Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting Minecraft video. I am Tyken, and today we are going to continue working on the revamp series. As you can see, I fixed a few things with the outside of my front yard. I added a little bit of a perimeter fence, kind of going more all the way around to the graveyard, to just kind of protect yourself a little bit more against anything that might creep into your yard. I think the fence also adds a little bit more of a homier feel. And then I added a few more lamps, rearranged the trees a little bit, added some bone meal and berry bushes, and it is looking nice. I am actually really happy with my front yard. Oh, I also fixed the pond a little bit so it's a little less awkward. And then, yeah, I think everything's looking good. Oh, I also put that tree over there. It's a little wimpy, so I might try to make a bigger one, but you get the idea. It looks good. So we are going to be working on the inside. Oh, I also replaced all of the logs with the full logs, just so we don't have any of the middle showing. So, okay, we're going to be redoing the living room and the kitchen in this episode. I'm going to probably be combining them just because I don't feel like there's enough content for both of them. If there is, I'll probably just split these. So, let's go ahead and work on the kitchen first. Or, not the kitchen, the living room. So the first thing I want to do is kind of fix the floor here. First thing I'm going to do is do something like that. I think that was before stairs connected. Nope. That was because of this block right here. I don't recall how to fix that. I think something like this would probably work best. Bam, bam. There we go. That fixed it. Stairs are really weird in that if you put them the wrong way, it doesn't work. So let's do the old fill trick. And right about here. Oops. Birch. Slab. Replace. Oak. Slab. There we go. And now the floor is a little bit brighter. Now this looks immediately kind of worse, but it's going to look better in just a second. We're going to need some birch stairs. Mostly for just like right about here. I'm gonna put it like right there. Oops, did not mean to do that. I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to have to replace the top of that anyway. So that will just make it a little bit easier. Do something like this. Oops, there we go. That's looking beautiful already. Let's do a spruce tabletop. Yeah, that will probably look good. The materials can easily be changed. It's mostly the design that I'm looking for at the moment. We're also going to be changing the sofa ever so slightly. I'm going to pretty much grab dark oak everything. Let's see. Slabs and stairs. There they are. So, bam, bam. Bam, bam. I think the dark oak is just going to look a little bit nicer and kind of separate the furniture from the floor and the details. It's pretty much, I really like brown. I would say it's my favorite color. Except you need different shades of brown or it just looks bad. It's like using cobblestone for everything. Like cobblestone itself isn't a bad texture, a bad color, or even a bad block. It's just people tend to use it exclusively. Okay, so you see, oh wait. Forgot to redo the bottoms first. That shouldn't cause any problems, I hope. Oh no, that caused problems. Is it just one click or two? I think it's just one. Should be fine. I hope it's fine. We'll find out if the fireplace stops working. You know what episode to be like, hey Tyken, you messed this up, go back and fix it. Let's see. It really sucks. Again, I really wish I designed my base more intelligently when I first started building, because I wouldn't say I did a bad job, but things could have been designed better. I mean, to be fair, I kind of piecemealed my entire house together. Like, none of it was planned. I would just add things as I go. So I didn't really plan for the future, I guess, is the biggest problem. We're going to replace these stairs with birch. Boop. And that will help take the ease off the floor a little bit. Let us see. We are going to be getting rid of that. I don't think it really matters what we put there because we're going to fill it up eventually, but I basically just want to get rid of this grass. Now, let's see. The new sofa looks good. The new table looks good. Maybe a different block, but you don't want to use pretty much... We wouldn't want to use any oak. We wouldn't want to use any dark oak. We wouldn't want to use any birch. So that basically leaves jungle and acedia. Let's see. Acedia doesn't look bad, but maybe a little too bright. Jungle looks good, but the problem is in this texture pack, I think the contrast is a little too high. So the color is good, but it seems to pop out more than is necessary. Otherwise, that is a beautiful gold brown, like it's a honey gold. I like that. Yeah, and the problem with acedia is the same thing. It's really high contrast, so it kind of pops out. Like a softer version of that would be beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of all of these paintings. We're basically going to be redesigning these chairs entirely. And these. I think that's the ones I used. Yeah, that looks right. Oops, that's not what I meant to do, however. Bam. I really love the changes they made to trapdoors, because that looks like a beautiful chair that isn't too high up. And it just has a nice back. It's not too thick. It's basically everything I wanted in a chair, and you don't have to use paintings for that anymore. Let's see. Get rid of all this. Get rid of all this. And then we're going to take some... What was it, spruce that I used? Basically just another color to kind of offset everything. Spruce isn't a bad color. I think I might have used dark oak in the other one, but you know what? It should be fine. Now I need a painting, so we'll just grab that. It'll be easier than trying to find it. It doesn't really matter which ones we put here. We can change them later, but I mostly just want ones that look good. That looks ominous and creepy. We'll change the one on there. Speaking of which, we're going to be redesigning the hell out of this thing. Yeah, it needs way more brick. Because like that kind of looked good at first, but that it barely blends in. Or it blends in too much, rather. Let's see. Get rid of these. We'll do that next. Oops. Did not mean to break that. There we go. And then... Yeah. We don't need any of that anymore. Like, we can get rid of all that redstone and literally nothing will change. The only reason I had that originally was because back in the day, putting pressure plates next to each other didn't open the doors properly. So, pretty much just keeping that for that sake. So I'm kind of at an impasse. I could pull these back a little bit more. It doesn't look as good, but then I could put pressure plates here, which is nice. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then just have this come in a little bit like that. No. I don't think I care that much. I think it looks really weird that far. So yeah, we'll just do that. That looks a little bit better. Adds a little bit more depth to the living room instead of just making it a square. Plus, well, we're going to be redoing this anyway, but there we go. We're going to be redoing this entryway as well, so we'll work on that in a second. Let's see. Over here, I was going to put some spruce at the bottom to make it look darker. Actually, maybe dark oak might look better in this situation. Yeah, a little bit more shadowy. Because originally, before dark oak came about, I used spruce because it just looked like a darker wood. But I think dark oak pretty much does the exact thing I'm looking for. It basically just looks like a shadowed version of oak, which is perfect. So yeah, we'll fix that later too. Want this entryway to be very quaint. There's a few ways I can do that. First of all, I'm going to kind of add like a little rim right here. Maybe bring this out. Looks good. I want to say I replaced these pillars, but I will check that in a second. Because it is kind of weird, right? That everything else is a spruce log, and those aren't. But that's the only spot where they aren't. You know what? Let's just replace it. We can always change it later. I think it looks better that way anyway. Plus, I don't want to start adding new materials if they're the wrong ones. There we go. That's looking splendiferous. Oops. Except for that piece. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. Oops. Bam, 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 bam. This was also a decent idea at the time, but horribly misconceived. So we're just not going to do that. And then we'll just fill that in. We're definitely going to be using that. How am I going to be doing that? Why is infested brick first? Like, that is never the block I want to use. Like, I don't want infested brick, like, ever. Please. Just bear with me. Okay. So, I want to say glowstone? Maybe some lapis. I don't recall what I used, so I'm just trying to wing this a little bit. Kind of bouncing all over the place, but like, since I'm here. That doesn't look bad, but maybe it'd look better the other way. Cannot recall what I did. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think the centered glowstone looks way better. Oh yeah, the other thing we need, banners to complete the living room. But first, we're just gonna go ahead and complete this as well. We also need an armor stand, irregardless. So right about there. Oops, not what I meant to do. Kind of weird. They never go straight. Like, even if you're facing straight, and then it just looks weird. It looks like they're looking off somewhere, and that's creepy. We're also going to be putting one here. We're going to just be filling in this old storeroom because I'm not going to be using it. Pretty much not going to be using it at all since it's just outdated. And I'm not playing in survival anymore. I'm going to be starting over. So I don't see the need to be at my resources. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing something similar here, except I got rid of all of my other brick stuff. I know there's a way to do like toolbars with the materials. Sometimes I just get carried away. Like just then, lapis and glowstone, got rid of those. Okay, so centered glowstone and then lapis on either side. Looks pretty fancy. We'll have some banners hanging here. You kind of put them stacked on top of each other so it looks like one flowing drapery. I don't feel like it does that very well, but it helps enough. I'm going to be getting rid of this chandelier. Might be adding a new one, but for now. And then we're going to be adding some semblance of curtains right there. So it just looks like the curtains are drawn back. Because if you try to add like curtains all the way across, they don't connect. I'm sure there's a way to do a model for a banner to make it take up the entire section, but I don't know how to do that. We'll work on that another time. So that looks good as is. Let's see. Next, we're going to finish this up because we didn't. We need an armor stand. Oh yeah, we also need to finish the couch. So obviously the couch looks good with the wool right there, but it kind of looks uncomfortable otherwise. So we add a little bit of banners here. It clips into the couch a bit, but essentially it kind of looks like there's at least a cloth backing, even if it's not like a full cushion. I don't know why they just don't add wool half slabs at this point. Honestly, we need like half slabs, trapdoors, vertical slabs. Like we need everything of every material at this point. It would just be so nice, but that's not going to happen, sadly. Honestly, there's a lot of things Minecraft needs that it's never going to get, if we're being brutally honest. Just never going to get it. Let's do a spruce. There we go. We're going to make this entryway a little bit more on the functional side. So, like, this is what I would have it as an entryway for me. Let's see, armor stand, diamond armor, because let's be honest, I'm worth it. Yeah, full suit. Oops, forgot the pants. Are those the pants? Oh, those are the pants. Okay. I was like, man, that's a lot skimpier than I remember it. Item frame, we're gonna need a couple of those. Pot, we're gonna need a few of those. Flour. Cornflour should work. It's basically gonna have that there, cornflour in there. And the backing isn't really anything, it just kind of focuses on the flour a little bit more. Bookshelf. We're gonna have our bookshelves still here, just smaller capacities. That already looks pretty homey and is fully functional, because I would always have a chest by the door anyway. I don't know why I didn't just make it a thing. Painting. Grab one of these and just cycle through. Oh yeah, so I modified the paintings a little bit in this pack. I made them look... I kind of replaced the ones that were here with a lot of the ones from my texture pack. So I have this painting that I still really like. I feel like this is already looking really good. Alternatively, I would like somewhere to put my sword, like to hang it up on a frame or something. But I don't really know where I would do that. I could put it right here, but that wouldn't look good. I honestly just don't think items in item frames look that amazing. But already, I feel like our little entryway here looks phenomenal. Let's see. Something like this, maybe? Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Just so it's not like a flat line. A little more depth and texture. Could even stand to bring it out a little bit more. So like this. So you can actually see my creative process as I'm creating things. Not a lot of this was planned. That looks good, but I don't know if it looks better. It's one of those weird things where it's like, if it does look better, it's not by much. Meh. We'll figure that out later. Maybe it's because I need some slabs. Just to kind of make it less very obvious. Like I said, I don't think that really did much. Well, we'll work on that later. So now we're going to need all of the brick. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Just replace all the brick with, or all the cobblestone with brick. Oh, except that. We're going to do that at the very top. So it kind of looks like it pushes into the wall at that point. We could probably even stand to go one lower, but we'll check that as we get there. And that looks a lot better. God, I built this before they had corner stairs. That's how old this thing is. So already the fireplace pops out a lot more, especially because everything's gray. And it doesn't really pop out in a bad way either. So got that going for us. Maybe add something right there. Just add a little bit of depth. Contortion. Not contortion. I don't know what the word is. I think it's a C word. I have a good vocabulary. I just don't always use the words correctly. Let's see. We don't need these torches anymore. Or at least we won't. And I like these torches here, but again, don't really need them. Maybe that's what I could do. Hang a torch or a lantern somewhere right here. I don't know where though. Oh well, we'll figure that out later. Meanwhile, we do need lanterns. I am so happy they finally added these. We're going to be doing that. Actually, that's what I was going to be doing. Like right about there. I don't recall how I did this, but something like that. I might have to go double check. Let's hang some lanterns first. I definitely want to add some more depth because the wall's really flat. And then like 1, 2 over from the corner. Yeah, so 1, 2, bam. 1, 2, bam. 1, 2, bam. And then this one's gonna be like that. Cool. Now our house is lit back up and it's looking fancy, especially with the lanterns. I think the lanterns really add a lot. And I think this video is going to be long enough that I'm going to have to split it off from the kitchen. The kitchen just won't be a very long video. What else do we need now? We need... Yeah, okay. We'll do... There we go. That might look a little weird at the moment, but it'll look better in a second. Knock that out. Knock that out. And then we're going to do something like that. And then it doesn't matter what's under there. Beautiful. And then we'll have one of these. Spruce. Yeah, we'll do that. Beautiful. Absolutely breathtaking. I don't recall what I did over here. I do know. We'll actually just finish this up and make it look better in the video where we actually redo the rec room. But I do know I did something like this to the walls. There we go. Because that's going to get removed and it's going to look weird. We'll just fill all this in with cobblestone. Yeah. I don't think it really matters because not all of that's going to show. That's going to be fixed in a moment. I do know I opened up the kitchen a bit more, so... Oh, good. That's going to be right there. Beautiful. Yeah, and that also makes it feel a lot less cramped and more open. Perfect. Again, it doesn't really matter what's there because it's about to be covered up anyway. It's the middle ones that I cared most about. Now we need some stairs. Where are the stairs? There we go. So we're going to do something like so. Again, it's all about adding depth. And stairs are great because they add like... Essentially, if every block is a layer of depth, it kind of adds a layer and a half, or maybe even just half a layer. It's a weird middle ground in that it adds something, but not a full layer of depth. I love slabs too, or not slabs, trapdoors because of that. They don't really add a full layer of depth, but they do add depth. So it's really nice when you want some detail, but not all of the detail. You can see what I'm talking about in a second. Almost done. And I really love the new lantern blocks. I'm also freaking in love with the trapdoors. I'm sure I've mentioned that already. They're just like my favorite thing in the world. Okay, that's good. Now what we're going to do is take some more bricks, not the infested kind, because those are just a pain in my butt. Replace this back wall. Not that it really needs to be replaced, but it looks fine. Replace that with brick. Replace that with brick. Get back my regular brick. And we'll leave this part empty. I would like to put something here, but it kind of has like a shadow box effect where having a empty wall behind it kind of makes the fireplace pop out more and makes it feel more third dimensional instead of just a flat thing against the wall. So I think that looks really good. Not maybe the best job I could do, but it looks good. Need another painting. Oops, did not mean to do that. There we go. Don't have either of those there, and that is the perfect centerpiece. There we go. Now to fill in everything else with whatever banner fits our fancy, but kind of, I mean, we can alternate them. That probably would look good. We could even do like 2 blue, 2 red. That might look good too. Hard to say. Yeah, that actually looks better than what I originally did where they're all the same. So like that wall is red, that wall is blue. I like it. I feel like there may be a better block to put behind the painting, Maybe double down on the whole lapis thing. That might look really good. I love decorating with lapis. It's one of my favorite blocks. Let's try that out before we do too many of them. That actually looks really good. I personally feel that looks really good. It adds some more color to the wall. It's a shame that it blends in with the block, but I mean, oh god, especially on the red ones, it just pops. Oh, that looks good. It looks really good. Yeah, that's all improv. None of that was planned. It's kind of a random idea while recording and rebuilding all this. Okay, I think the living room's basically done. Kind of. So another thing we can do, since it's, I guess, part of the living room, is we're going to be changing... So I want to say right here, fill... I cannot remember... Oak slab 2 type 2. I'm trying to remember. Oops. That might work. Yeah, okay, that worked. I didn't quite remember how to do it entirely from memory, but it looked good. So now what we're going to do is this is definitely going to affect the bedroom, but I think this looks better all the way around. We can also use commands for this, but I feel like it's just easier when you have so many different directions and not a large area to just do this manually. Should have probably just did that with all slabs and saved us a moment of effort, like right here. But that's time for another video. So now the ceiling looks a little bit more dynamic as well. It has a half layer of depth. It's not just a flat plane. Again, I feel like the trick in Minecraft is to add as many complementary colors, textures, and depth as possible. See, like one of the problems I'm having right here is that I feel like this might look better with the row of slab, or the row of, I can't think of it, logs coming out a bit more. And also right here. But if I do that, it throws off some measurements and it's kind of weird. Might be worth it. Just because it adds that shadow box effect. Maybe not these. But the top one definitely looks better. It just looks like it kind of cuts off the fireplace a little bit. So I don't know. We'll let you guys decide. Tell me what you think looks best. And you can help influence my final decision. Until then, we're just going to keep these. We're also going to do the lanterns and kind of the similar effect over from each corner, just to give as much light as possible without making them too close. I would kind of like to stagger that a bit more because it looks kind of samey from here, but not much you can do. I suppose I could like make them closer together. Oh god, no. Just so they're a little staggered. It's not the most efficient lighting, but I'm also going to have more room for lighting on the upper floor, so it should be fine. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Less uniform. That looks dramatically better. I also wish, I don't know, there's a better way to hang these, but I don't think there is. I could maybe have something hanging right there, but then it feels too low. Actually, that doesn't feel too low, especially with the lower floor. So I might do something like that. The upper floor, probably not, because of the constraints of the height. I could get rid of the fence, but then it definitely still too low. So let's add that real quick. Again, we're kind of improving here, but like the entire time I was building this, none of these ideas occurred to me, and now they are. So you guys are watching me pull new things out of my butt as we go. So hopefully that's exciting, because again, none of this was like a planned idea. until it was. There we go, there we go. Shoot. So I'm thinking iron bars might look better. I don't think walls would look better. Let's see. Iron bars. Yeah. Yeah. Let's try that too. Yeah, iron bars look dramatically better. We'll just fix that real quick. Oh god, I keep doing that. I keep getting rid of the blocks I need. God, I swear. I hate these blocks sometimes. Bam. One of my favorite things, by the way, they mentioned how they didn't want to add sideways slabs or anything like that. But there's this one game that does like sideways blocks and rotated blocks really well. It's called 7 Days to Die. And you basically just, like, when you're placing a block, you hold, like, E or something, and it'll bring up a menu, and then you could be like, all right, simple rotation, where every time you press, like, R or T or something, it rotates the block just, like, down, like, right here, and then, like, it would be on the side, and then on top or the other side. And then they had advanced ones where it also rotated on the other axes, so you could have, like, something sideways but facing this way. I think a good example would be like, all right, so it's facing that way, it's facing that way, or even this way. All right, I can't do it that way. But you get the idea. Like, you can rotate it in a multitude of directions. And I really wish Minecraft had something like that. All right. I think the living room... Oops. Not entirely done. I need this. Actually get rid of the armor stand briefly. Also, I checked the lapis wasn't part of the original build, but I like it. Just a little bit of extra flair. I feel like blue on blue might be a little too much, but I feel like the accents are small enough that it doesn't matter. All right, we're almost done with the living room, despite delays. I think this is... I just realized I grabbed 2 iron pants. Which is, I guess, better than grabbing no pants. Perfect. I really wish by default you could also... They had at least arms or something. Like, I know there's a mod that makes them posable and such, and I really wish that was part of the base game. I feel like there's so much you can do with armor stands, or even just like a stuffed NPC. Like if you put a zombie head on it, it looks like a zombie, or player head, it looks like a player or something. That would look really good. So okay, I believe the living room is done for the most part. I don't think there was anything else I needed to add. I hope you all enjoy what I've done so far, and I will see you guys next time.